Smile day too. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Jeff Wheeler, and I will be talking to you about addiction counseling and helping people in the recovery field. There are 316 million people in the United States, and 22.6 of them are addicted to drug users excessively. There's another 10 million people that are from 12 to 20 years old that abuse alcohol quite often. And also, since 1990, there has been a 500% increase on the use of prescription drugs. And all this is according to the U.S. Census Bureau. Everybody comes to a point in their life when they want to change and get better with addiction or different ways. But with me, I'm a drug addict and alcoholic, and it took me a long time to get to a point where I was ready to change, but I did. But I couldn't do it by myself or on my own. I did try that, and ended up going to a recovery center outside of Atlanta, Georgia, and I attended there for a year, and then after that I signed on for another year to help out with their program and help other people inside that program and to work towards my own certification. In order to get a certification in Georgia, you have to have around 2 years of classes inside of an approved course study supplied by somebody that's already been certified themselves. Also, you have to have supervision hours, which is where you participate with an organization and individuals in different 12 categories. I didn't complete all this, but I have worked towards it. With the classes, it's one class every month for about 2 years, and there's different categories inside the courses that you have to complete a certain amount of hours in. In Georgia, there is the Georgia Addiction Counseling Association, along with Alcohol and Drug Abuse Certification Board. Those are the two certification boards in Georgia, and you can go either way with them. I believe they call it ADAC, Alcohol and Drug Abuse Counseling, Alcohol and Drug Abuse Certification Board of Georgia. They are more of they're accepted outside of the state. The average salary for someone inside a nonprofit organization tops out at about $38,000 as a counselor. You can move on past that and be a program director or something like that that is over the other counselors. That makes a little bit more money. And on the federally funded organizations, they generally have higher income for their counselors, but usually it's not going to be Christ-centered because with a federally funded program, they won't allow you to do Christ-centered work. That's not always true, but it's a general rule. And the one I went to was Christ-centered, and what I learned there is that I had to develop a relationship with Christ and read the Bible and work towards different things. My counselor helps me with problems with me, self-evaluation and things of that nature. Being a counselor, you would have opportunity to spend time every day with different individuals and help them to look at themselves, look at their actions, their thought patterns and things like that, and help them to evaluate it and change their direction of thinking. Things that come along with the action of a drug user or alcoholic is not usually anything to do with Christ-centeredness. changing the way you think and you act comes from alcohol abuse. And when you're changing, developing your relationship with Christ and things like that, it's very important. Really, for me, it was the only way for that to happen. So being a counselor, you have the opportunity to help others steer away from drugs and change their life and become someone more Christ-centered and live that way. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you, and I hope you have a